Alright, so let me explain here. I know I said my last video was going to be my last video, but I feel like if I got some time on my hands and just a micro fraction of a second, I'll post about a video about something interesting. You know, just like this video right here. I think it's a movie that's worth viewing, so, I'm going to talk about it. I was going to save this space for, something off topic I normally want to do, maybe something personal or something political, maybe, or even NASA and space and the great beyond. But I'm going to save all that and talk about the new Joker movie. Now, I thought really hard. I was like, how could I approach this? Because everyone else did it already, and I'm sure everyone else has greater opinions. But I figured I put my 2 cents and you know mention a few words, things I liked about it, and if you want, you guys can tell me what you thought about it. All right. So yeah. So let's say you went to the movies. You knew nothing about the Joker, the Batman, DC universe at all, and you just kind of went to see a movie. So I would say expect something like a Taxi Driver slash Silence of the Lambs, American Psycho, Red Dragon, Manhunter, something in that kind of field, something horror slash psychological thriller. That's what this is, and definitely fits the bill. I mean, like I said, if you didn't know anything about the Joker or whatever, great. That's how I think people should go and see this movie. Don't expect seeing a Batman movie because he's nowhere in this. I mean, I shouldn't say that because there's definitely members of the Batman family, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but there is the Wayne family present, but that's a whole different side of the story. I mean, they're still there, still present, but I don't want to give it away too much. But if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So the story, it being an origin story, I expected nothing less. When I first heard about this, I was like, oh great, who would be bold enough to fill in the shoes of Heath Ledger? Like really, he was the most not the most recent Joker, but the one that left that impression. We got our Jared Leto fans out there, I understand, but let me explain. I mean, when Heath Ledger was the Joker, he was the Joker. Am I not? I mean, come on, And normally I was like, okay, what's Hollywood gonna do that's different? Why do they keep praising this? Or because I didn't hear the cast right away, and I was like, okay, typical Hollywood. What do we normally do? Is take an already established character, and change his gender, or mess with the ethnic background, blackwashing, whitewashing, whatever, and do that. But they went a whole different route, and they went with a psychopath born out of the ashes into something else. Enter Joker. Now, like I said, this being an origin story, I liked it. You didn't really need to know too much about going into this. So basically, the story is this guy named Arthur. Um, right off the bat, he's wants to be a comedian. He's real ambitious, and just fails at it hard. And it's a shame because he has good intent going into it. He thinks like this was destined, like his life, but people just treat him, in the worst possible manner, and it leaves an impression on him. Down the road, obviously, it's like a downward spiral, and you see that. Like I said, this reminds me a lot of the early movies of Martin Scorsese, like I want to say Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, and a little bit of Silence of the Lambs, and even American, like I said, American Psycho, because it's the person's psyche. You see them melt down pretty much. Instead of having like a hissy fit, they take action, and it's scary when they do. And it just kind of like erupts around them. Now, this takes place in the 1980s, so Gotham always reminds me of New York. I think it's obviously doubled as that, and I don't know if New York was like this in the 80s, but 1980s Gotham is not a happy place. And it's crazy. Me being a dad, you wonder like, okay, my city is okay, but there's parts of it that are not so great. Parts of it that are unstable, and what is brewing? What kind of demented human is being born from the madness of your city, right? And this is a good example of that. So you take this guy who's obviously damaged, and all it takes is like a switch, and then there you go. But yeah, So you literally see this character start off with, you know, different ambitions and different intent, and he just, changes the ball game. And this movie takes a dark turn, and I mean a dark turn. There's a reason why they rated it R. It's like a hard R rating, by the way. This is not a, average Joe comic book movie. I mean, it's a DC movie, yes, DC Universe, but like I said, you could go into this not even enjoying comic book movies and still come out saying, "Wow, this was an okay movie." Now, obviously, it's not my number one pick ever, but I think it deserves, part of the hype and the, um, you know, praise it's getting so far. I like that, and definitely a character study kind of movie. Um, see what else can I talk about it. It's kind of like an eruption, put it that way. Like a volcano. Just before it explodes, it's the quiet, the rumbling happens, and then the heat, the fire, and then finally the explosion, the eruption, the climax. You want to say, and that's what this movie is. It's waiting for a volcano to erupt, and when it does, it rains chaos. And whole this movie is loaded with social commentary. By that, there's a division of rich and poor. You know, the poor pretty much want to getting revenge on the rich, and the rich, kind of fleeing for their lives, kind of deal. And the Joker has a lot to play with this, but I don't think he's aware of it. But then he starts to appreciate it later, and he's not like a vigilante or a revolutionary, but you see him take on that persona, and like it happens, and there's no like coming back from that. He accepts who he is and becomes the Joker. But yeah, great. I like the way it was shot. Very griddle, very griddle, very gritty and dark. You know, definitely you could see this, being a comic, but like a serious, dark kind of comic. Nothing funny about it. This is no laughing matter. Hence the title Joker. But definitely kind of messes with you there. And I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think it's cool. I think it's worth a second viewing if you didn't get it the first time. And yeah, don't take my word for it. Check it out yourself. Do whatever it is you do to watch movies. Stream it, watch it. I mean, obviously pay for it if you want to get the full appreciation. But yeah, my personal opinion, I liked it. Um, I couldn't think. I was like, who could fill in the shoes of Heath Ledger's Joker? Joaquin Phoenix. I'm sure I butchered his first name there. But yeah, I mean, I liked him as Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. I think he's a good actor, and he kind of did it. Yeah, he made this his Joker pretty much. And like I said, the movie's just filled with kind of dark twists. And like I said, it's really I don't want to say a slow burn because I mean, yeah, it builds, like I was saying before, kind of builds to the main action there. But even so, it didn't. I didn't feel like I was just watching nothingness or fill-ins. It just felt like it went along with the story. It moved at a good pace. It didn't feel like like a 2 hour long movie. But yeah, I appreciate it. I think it's really cool, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it'll save DC. I mean, Marvel is kind of taking reins there, but this is definitely one of the good ones. And if you like your comics dark and like a fist to the face, this is definitely a movie you should check out. And yeah, that's really all I got to say. Check it out for yourself. Watch it if you can. And yeah, let me know what you think about it. Comment below. Tell me your thoughts. Maybe you didn't like it. Maybe you thought it, went too far. I don't know. But I mean, like I feel like this is like a film. I mean, maybe he was in it or he was a producer. I don't know. I gotta look back. But I think Martin Scorsese was interested or was gonna do a Joker movie, and this kind of evolved from that. Hence, I guess why Robert De Niro was interested. And even though he's in it, which is just kind of cool, but he's not like a main character. I mean, he's definitely important to the story, but don't want to spoil that either. In fact, I think Robert De Niro was in a movie similar to this where he played a failed comedian who took out his anger and revenge on a talk show host. and the director kind of pulled ideas from that film. This is not a remake of that, but definitely, you know, has a lot to do with that movie in some sense. But it's its own thing, you know. Influences are influences. What are you gonna do? But yeah, check it out. You won't be disappointed. I don't think so anyway. And yeah, I mean, it's another take on the Joker. Something we've seen, and we are very familiar with that character. There's been a lot of renditions, but this one, this version of the Joker, I think is worthy of what people are saying and the praise that's going on right now for it. Check it out. Definitely do yourself a favor, and yeah, you know, enjoy. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. Like I said, if I ever get the chance to do this again, yeah, I'll do it. But as of right now, like I said, time's very limited, and when I get a chance to make a video, I can. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.